here, and it's time to get some planning done for the All About Me theme. For the first half of September, we're going to be covering me and my family. So we have a little activity menu here, and I've got all of these in a download for you. I'll leave the link for that in the description. So within our activity menu, I've just highlighted what we're doing for our dramatic play, for our PlayDoh sensory, our art projects, as well as a few other things that we will be doing as far as small group and other activities within our days. For our images on the wall, I'm going to go ahead and print pictures of the children and their families and maybe a family pet and put it into these little frames and put it up on the wall. I've made a bunch of these with different backgrounds. You can go ahead and put the image in there digitally and print that out, or just make these and then cut the pictures out and glue them over the top and then laminate them. When we're all done with our theme and we're done with these being on the wall, I thought that these would go really nicely in a little photo album. I can punch some holes in it and put some rings in that and keep that in our library area for the children to look at for the rest of the year. The books that we are going to be reading are Eyes, Nose, Fingers, and Toes, What I Like About Me, All About Me, which is a National Geographic word book, I Like Myself, very cute little book with a good message in it, I Like Me, and Me on the Map. So these are going to be a lot of fun. We'll keep these in the library area and use them as our daily read alouds with the children. For our circle time, I like to have a little bit of group discussion where we talk about the topic. This is kind of based off of the idea of question of the day, and I have two printouts here. One is what do you like to do, and the other one is what is in your neighborhood. With these little images, we can think of a lot of questions and have a lot of good discussions with the children and reuse those every day in our group discussions and circle time. Within our dramatic play, where we will set up a little doctor's office, I've got this simple wall sign as well as some real images on the wall, and I'll just be adding those along with my very cute Melissa and Doug Doctors set. And then also on the light table, I've printed a bunch of these x-ray images, and I've printed them on regular paper and laminated them so they can hold those up to the light or put them on the light table and have a lot of fun looking at the x-rays and seeing what bones look like inside of our bodies. Within our Play-Doh, I have this skin-toned Play-Doh along with these very cute Play-Doh mats that I've made up. The children can make their own face or make their friends' faces, or just have fun making faces within these, squishing the Play-Doh onto that, rolling that out with the rollers. And then also I'll add just a few of these little things to make some hair, to make some eyes, and embellish them up a little bit. They can use the scissors to create some different textures in that. And I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with this for the next couple weeks. In our writing center, I have made up a bunch of these half sheets with more of the cute images of the little friends, as well as some fun back to school images. This size is perfect for their little short attention spans to get some writing in and work on that awesome fine motor skill and building that hand strength. I also want to add some of these little people cutouts, these paper cuts. I think they'll have fun coloring those up. And then also I have a bunch of these skin tone colored markers in so many shades here. I couldn't find these in the little markers, but I did also find these in some crayons, so they can have fun coloring using some actual skin tones, because we all know how frustrating it is trying to find the right skin tone for it. So I think that's going to be really nice to have. I also have these fun little stamps. I've had these for a long time. I'll see if I can find some similar and add the link below. Stamps are really great for the writing center because they add another exercise in fine motor strength. With this, I thought it'd be fun to have these little film reels. They can color or draw little pictures in each of those squares if they like, and I've cut them up into these long strips. Then if they like, they can use some of the squeezy scissors and get some snipping practice in cutting those little squares up. So next, in my sensory bin, I have this set from Learning Resources. It's just a little colored people and then matching colored houses. They're kind of little, so I thought that they would be really nice to keep them contained within my sensory bin. Even without a filler, I think they'd be nice, but I might just some colored rice that they can scoop and fill these little houses and have fun playing with these little families that go in the houses and match those colors up, count them, and simply have fun playing with them. I think they're going to have a lot of fun with that. For a couple learning activities, I have made up this counting puzzle, just a really simple one that you can cut up and have out in the activity room. And then next, I've made up some puzzles using the children's picture, and I've just printed that out, laminated it, and then cut it up and glued it onto jumbo popsicle sticks. This would make a really fun activity in the classroom if we had everybody's pictures and mixed them all up and laid them out on the carpet and reassembled everybody's photograph. These are going to be some nameplates. I'm going to put the child's picture in the square and then write their name on the side next to it. Then after that, I'm going to cut them out and laminate them. We're going to use these for a lot of different activities, but for one, just starting out with some very simple name writing. I have a big tub of magnet letters here, and I think if I paired it with something like this cookie sheet or even up on my magnet wall, I could put magnets on the back of these nameplates as well so that they stick up there. Have all of the letters that go in the child's name next to that so that they can start to write their name with these magnet letters using that nameplate as a template. These are going to be really great for name recognition and just starting to get to know how to put together their name with their right letters. For this activity, this is going to be a little game with the activity cube. I've made some cards here, and it's just an action game where they roll the cube, and when they get a body part on the top, they'll do an action that's related to that body part. There's lots of things that you can think of. It could be clap your hands, wave your hands, put your hands up in the air, dance, stop your feet, make a kissing sound with your lips, or different sounds with your mouth, and so forth. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. We can do this as a group activity. For our group art, one of the activities we will be doing is just the first letter of the child's name. I've made these up on Canva. This is really easy to do. Just go ahead and search for bubble letters, and then you can write the child's name below that if you like. Make one for every child in the classroom. Then they can fill those in with the dot markers, and then after that we can embellish them any way we like with glitter, stickers, and make them really fun and vibrant. And these are going to be really nice to hang up in our classroom. For this activity, I have found a way to digitally print the child's photograph off in a black and white. Crayola has an app where you can do this, and it's really easy. So you just get the app. I will leave a link for that. You import the child's picture, and then you press a button, and magically it turns it into a coloring sheet. So these are going to be a lot of fun. I'm thinking what we will do for this is just simply do watercolor over top. I think that's the best way to allow for that image to come through. And then I've left enough room here so that we can make a border or put some type of a frame around that with cardstock. For this activity, they're going to be making a self-portrait. We have a self-portrait of Van Gogh himself as an inspiration. Have a whole bunch of different ways that they can do this. We have some of the skin-colored markers. We have the crayons, and I also have paint. You could put this up on an easel, and they could paint there with the paint. And then, of course, other colors so they can do their eyes, their hair, and things like that. And then once that's all done, they can go ahead and use these rainbow dot stickers to embellish the outside of their self-portrait and make a nice colorful frame for that. This activity is going to be a hand print as well as some information about the child, and you could use the skin colored paint for the hand print, but I think maybe I would just use the child's favorite color. And then there's some questions on here about them. I've printed that out onto some heavier cardstock paper so that can make a nice keepsake to put in their portfolio. This is going to be a measuring activity. I've made these arrows that are pointing to how tall they are on this day. So I will cut those out and let them color those. And then after that, we will go ahead and measure out a length of ribbon that is the exact height of the child, and then tape it on to this arrow. And then I think that I will let them take that around and measure how tall they are compared to some things around our room. And this will be a great way to commemorate how tall they are at the beginning of the school year. Then later at the end of the year, we can pull these out of their portfolios and measure them again and see how much they've grown. For this activity, it's going to be really simple. We'll just go outside and outline the child's body with the chalk onto the sidewalk. And then after that, I've made a bunch of these different word labels. We'll cut those out and we will label the different parts of their body with that. So something very easy, also something we can do outside while the weather is so nice. This activity is going to be a portrait of their family. So older children may be able to just go ahead and draw their little people family members on there. That usually starts about age 3.5 to 4. Children start doing that. For younger children, they may not quite get there yet, but they do know what their family looks like. So for them, to make that a little more developmentally appropriate, I've made a printout here of a bunch of stick figure people, and what I'm gonna do with those is print several copies off, cut all of those little people out, and give the children an assortment that they can glue onto their paper, making all of their family members with these. And then once those are dry, they can go ahead and color them with some marker, and I think those will be so cute, and I think that'll be something they'll be really proud of. So for this activity, they're going to be coloring in their house. So this is a little template of a house, and I'm just going to offer that. I've printed onto some heavier cardstock, and I'm just going to offer them some quick stick tempera paints, and they can paint their house and make it any way they like. And then after that, I'm going to let them stick on all these little shape stickers all over and embellish their house and make something very cute, very fun little house. They love these shape stickers. They also love the quick stick tempera paints. They always turn out so nice. This is going to be a mini me prop. I have this template of a little head here. What we'll do is we can paint that, the paint, or color it. I also thought it might work out pretty nice if we used some of this skin tone paper here, and I might just rip up some pieces or let them tear up some pieces or cut out some mini little squares so that they can collage all over their little person. And once that's done, getting all colored up, they can get some eyes and they can draw a mouth on there. And then also I've got a couple little shirts, different shirts here that they can put on the front of their little mini me. It would be really cute to do some hair with some yarn or feathers or even Chanel stems. There's a lot of different ways you could make some cute hair. Once that's all done, that will go on one of these jumbo popsicle sticks, and they'll have a lot of fun playing with their little mini me prop. So very last, we're going to be doing some cutout cookies, and in their little people shape. This is just a gingerbread man from Christmas time, and this is going to make a really nice yummy treat for us to have at the very end of our All About Me theme. I hope this helps, and I hope it gives you some good ideas and some inspiration for the All About Me theme. Stay tuned because I will be doing the second half of this theme with friends and feeling, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.